Okay, so we've got the new version of FSD Beta here, 10.11.2. This has been hotly anticipated. 10.11 brought a lot of really good changes, but it's kind of, as Elon says, 2 steps forward, 1 step back in some ways. When you have a part of the code that's dramatically new, much better, that sets the foundation up for future growth, sometimes there can be a little bit of weird issues at first, and that's definitely what we saw with 10.11. A lot of great new stuff and capabilities that made me say wow, but at the same time a lot of bugginess. So hopefully 10.11.2 maintains everything good we've been seeing, fixes a lot of the bugs, and it can start rolling out to everyone that's got 10.10, everybody that is waiting with the safety score of 95 and above, maybe in a week or so, once those people tested and it looks good for them who already have FSD Beta. And yeah, then everyone will be happy, I think, with this version. It's pretty smooth. I've been having some good drives with it, so we'll see how it does today. This is my absolute first drive with it, so you'll see whatever happens, the good or the bad, with me. Very exciting week. We got the Cyber Rodeo this week. Elon just bought 9.2% of Twitter, and now we've got this FSD Beta update. So lots of crazy things happening. We're gonna go drive about 7 minutes away to In-N-Out so that the video is short enough it can fit on Twitter with the 10-minute limit. And let's see how the beta does. Okay, so it didn't go crash head on into that guy. That was good. Very smooth, very comfortable, very natural. I don't know if I could drive any better myself. Okay, there was a guy at the crosswalk there. In previous iterations of 10.11, it was oversensitive and would often brake when it didn't need to, when someone's just standing at the crosswalk rather than about to cross. So I might have felt it slow slightly for that guy, but it didn't stop or brake in kind of the noticeable way that it has in the past, so that's great. If they fix that bug, then this is golden. We have a lot of pedestrians here in San Francisco, so its oversensitivity to pedestrians was really driving me nuts. Like, you're like, what is it detecting? And you see, oh, someone's like walking over to the crosswalk, they're way over there, and it's still stopping for them. Actually, it's kind of a common occurrence now for it to see passengers that I didn't see. Like, I was driving through Golden Gate Park the other day, and it was driving over a crosswalk and suddenly stopped, and I'm like, why is it stopped? And then I see 2 pedestrians crossing that were just blocked out by the pillar of the car here. So it's really fascinating how, yes, obviously humans are much better in many ways, but in the same way, the computer has already exceeded us in some other aspects of driving, like perception in some cases. It's looking in every direction all the time, that sort of thing. And so the human and the computer working together, both sharing their unique strengths, is, I think, the optimal and safest way to be driving right now. And then over time, I think really the human will add more error than input because the software will get so good. And at that point, you really want to start just taking out the controls because the human isn't really helping. They might give input in a more indirect way. So I might say, for example, like, change lanes over there, or, you know, go faster or go slower. But rather than my input directly controlling the motion of the car, there would be kind of a software sanity check where it says, okay, I'll make the lane once it's safe, I'll speed up if it's safe, that sort of thing. So this used to be the UI, right? The steering wheel and the pedals. Now the UI for how you move around in your car is software. You might just touch on a touchscreen instead of actually moving any steering wheel or pedals. So it's a profound change in what the user interface of a car really is. So much so that you could really call it an entire new product category, like phones to smartphones, you know, smart cars to cars, or maybe you even want to call them robot cars. Okay. Oh, very tough situation here. Wow. That was good. I'm telling you guys, they're literally solving autonomy in front of our eyes. And then it's kind of like, okay, would I have seen that guy? Well, I did see that guy, but humans are not perfect. Some percentage of the time, maybe it's 2% of the time or something, somebody would have been looking the other way or something, they didn't see that guy. And now the car can back them up. It can apply an alarm. It can even brake itself, even if they're driving manually. And if they're driving automatically, it just works. This is a big deal. It's way bigger than anyone can really understand. And then see that car there? That's a Model X. It can run the same software. It's going to be doing these same things that this car is doing, if it isn't already. That's really the crazy thing. When, like, just look at how many Teslas there are in these videos where I'm driving along the streets of San Francisco, and realize that all of these are pieces of hardware that can run this software. And what that means, like, this is the largest deployment of robots in the world. They have more robots moving around the world than anybody else. Alright, this is the destination. That was perfect. Roll it out to more people, we're ready. Like, seriously, this is getting really good. Alright, there's someone behind me.